And that's what I love. Like, again, I go back because I did this cleanse.
Right.
I didn't go all the way through. I stopped doing the raw food through whether like lack of inspiration and doing it by myself. Anyway, like, you know, but when I did it, I really love that the greens was like really like feeding my vital organs, and how we have like different juices is targeted to feed each organ.
Right.
And like, why did you choose to do it that way? Because many other cleanses, they don't have it. They don't do it that way.
Well, because you have to. The body is your eyes, your liver, and your kidneys and your colon is all in one suit. It's not disconnected. So you can do a cleanse that focuses on your colon, which is very important, you know, but you know, your bloodstream needs to still be strengthened, okay? And then your brain needs to be fed, okay? And then also your joints. So, you know, you need something that's going to actually attack it right away, feed you 360 degrees, you know, a little amount of time. We're in a fast food generation, so things have to, if you introduce someone to something, they have to it has to engage them right away. It has to engage all of them so they can see in that moment whether they want to continue their journey or just fall off and not continue. So with that in mind, the research on what a superfood is actually its name. It actually goes into all aspects of the body. It works all aspects of your physical strength, and it makes sure that you're fed 360 degrees. And with that in mind, people need that. People need to be fed all over, you know, their bodies to feel good. But also, it's like I said again, it's the right mentality. You have to make a mental commitment. You know, we commit to, you know, getting money. We commit to our relationships, but we don't commit to ourselves.
Right.
We don't commit to ourselves. You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
So,
Yeah.
you know, the more you can make a deeper commitment to you, and in turn put in the things that are going to help to make you strive and to be better, then your relationships in life will be much more powerful. So that's why the cleanse is very much important to really look at.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yes.
We're going to take a break. We'll be back because we're actually going to have two guests. We're going to go through the 5-week remedy cleanse together.
Right.
And we don't have to put it to the test because it's already passed the test. We're just going to just have you all share with us going through this process. So we will be back.
Where's my husband? Where's my husband?
Stop.
What's she doing? 2,
She was a passenger. I was debolting on the passenger side.
We just had some wine. I wasn't even drunk, I was just buzzed.
What? You were just buzzed. Well, so you didn't tell us that. In that case, she's just fine.
Yeah, I'm fine.
Really?
No, not really.
Buzz driving. Maybe we should stop acting like it's no big deal.
Listen, I know you're upset, but it was just one date. And dating's like the stock market. There's ups and downs and ups and so always buy low.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Today, I wanna say what I gotta say.
So now we're back, and we have Nafisa and Denise here, and they are partaking on a 5-week remedy cleanse, including myself. And welcome first, both of you onto the show. And we also have SupaNova here too. So we just want to welcome you onto the show, and just want to know, like, why did you say yes to taking on the remedy cleanse?
Well, recently I started really focusing on my health. I want to be healthier. I recently was diagnosed as having a heart murmur and a enlarged thyroid, and basically those conditions, they steal my energy. Like, I could sleep for 10 hours and wake up still feeling tired. And what excited me about the remedy is that not only does it detoxify you, but it gives you energy as well. So I figured now was the best time to just focus on my health, totally restart myself, detoxify, and just be healthier and stronger. So that's why I'm very excited to get started.
Thank you. SupaNova, in Mariam's condition, like, can people in her condition, like, who have health issues, can they take on the remedy?
Yes. Well, for one, if she has a medical consultant, you know, you definitely keep that relationship so they can monitor, you know, your progress, because, you know, outside of whatever the doctor's telling you to do to maintain, you should have to take on responsibility to maintain your health too. So the greens is a superfood, so everything that she needs in terms of energy and restoring that is very much on point. The body is 70% water, 70 to 80% water. So the more she has that water, and she has the greens to charge that water, she's just going to only charge the thyroid and give her an exorbitant amount of energy to continue to do what she needs to do. And the doctor will also be monitoring, her wellness attributes, because she's already into the mental focus that I want to do this. I want to do this for me. I want to take this on. So she should have no problem with her experience. It should be very much empowering.
Thank you. And one question in regards to like women who are breastfeeding. Can women who are breastfeeding take on this cleanse as well?
Most definitely. I mean, everything that's in the greens, I'm a living manifestation of that product. My mother, was on all of that when she had me. My daughter's mother, the same thing. Yeah. In terms of the chlorophyll foods and the superfoods. So, it's a cell builder. So, if the mother is breastfeeding, that all of it is going to be extra charged with all those greens and that oxygen going into that body and that baby. Right. And if you're trying to develop a child in an environment in your body, if the womb is in a healthy state, if the bloodstream is in a healthy state, if the oxygen in the body is a healthy state, the child's going to be in a healthy state, Awesome. So it'll definitely help to induce a healthy state.
Beautiful. So all your nursing mothers, join. Denise, I always talk about this book and always talk about the super green, why you chose the remedy out of all the cleanses?
I actually can say that I've done the master cleanse. I did it for 9 days. This is like 5 years ago. And I had to crawl across the floor to get to the supermarket by the time I was done. Right. Actually, because Tahirah and I have known each other for a long time, and she's always talked about the remedy, and I did it for 3 days. Now, I didn't stick to it.
Yay, but you did for 3 days.
But I did for 3 days, and what I noticed was that I wasn't tired. I did not have cravings. So I can say that right now, never met SupaNova before. Right. I know how this cleanse feels. And then along the same vein as what SupaNova said and Nafisa said, mentally, I'm ready. I'm not at my best, and I'm at a place where I'm not afraid to be my best. I'm not comfortable not feeling good anymore. So I know that this is a part of that journey, and I love the idea of having support. Yes. So doing this together, and then what it can do by other people seeing our experience, the whole idea of it, that's why I'm so excited. Yeah.
That's so awesome. And one thing I want to share is when I took the cleanse, one thing I noticed, and I think I posted on your Facebook, was I'm breathing. I have no issues with breathing, but as I was breathing, it was on a whole nother level. It was like I was breathing different air that I never even breathed before. So that was something that I really loved about it. And also it was my skin was so clear and it was just so radiant, and I was looking good. So that's something I love about this book, because he said you can do it for you want to look healthy, you want to look good. It's for whatever. You want to look healthy, good, especially want to look good. This is the thing you want to do, because I'm telling you, this really is something that really just makes you feel good and look good. Right. I want to touch base because Denise touched on it. She took other cleanses. Have you ever done any other cleanses or any diets that you took in the past before?
I never took really a cleanse, but I took colon clear, different things to clear my colon. And even though it wasn't a hardcore cleanse, I still felt very drained afterwards. I did a few colonics, and afterwards I was just totally, completely drained. And even though taking a colonic is a great benefit, you're not going to keep it up because you're totally exhausted afterwards. And I was taking the train home from Brooklyn to Queens, and I was too tired to get on the train. I didn't want to sleep on the train, so somebody robbed me. So, I had no energy. So definitely, I'm really excited about the fact that you have the superfoods that give you energy. That's why I'm super excited about that part. Right. So that's something I can keep up with, and it will give me energy. So
beautiful. And I know I keep saying it's 5-week cleanse. SupaNova, will you kind of just briefly break down the 5-week cleanse and how does it look and what does it entail?
Well, the week 1 is a flexitarian week. That means where if you're still eating flesh, right, we want you to make healthier choices with the meat. So if you're on fried foods, if you like chicken, instead of having fried chicken, you can have non-hormonal induced chicken, and have it baked. You know what I'm saying? Instead of fried fish, maybe have some baked fish, and have it more as a garnish, and with more vegetables around it. You know, to help to broom it on through. And it definitely, the greens are what you have, as your liquid meal 3 times throughout the day. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's pretty much the framework throughout that first week. So you can begin to have, let's say, you get your swag, you begin to feel confident, because it's not a judgment to cleanse. It's like, wherever you at, we want you to be well, because everybody's goal at the beginning is probably not to be vegan, but we want you to begin to experience what that may be like. And then you decide if you want to, after 5 weeks, well, I want to be vegan, or I want to maintain maybe between maybe eating a little bit of flesh and maybe having it more holistic with other things. The second week is going into more of the vegan, the vegetarian week, which is more the cooked foods and having alternatives for the chicken. So you may have some soy chicken, or you may instead of maybe having the whole wheat bread, you may have some spelt bread. So finding different alternatives for things you like and things that are fun for you, finding better or healthier alternatives for those things. You don't got to give them up. We just want you to find a better, healthy way of having them, and when to eat them, because it's really you can eat what you love. It's when you do it is the problem. A lot of times we have a late night eating and we have emotional eating. So something happens in your life and somebody may piss you off, get a text, and that trigger, we tend to eat things to kind of nourish us too. So you want to check that time out. You want to check that and probably find healthy alternatives to help you through that triggering point. And to really watch the late night eating, you know what I'm saying, and then have lighter things in the late night. So I'm saying, so finding healthy alternatives. The third week is more going to the live week. So try to really introduce yourself to live foods and what are those healthy alternatives. See, we have a whole bunch of recipes in the book, so everything you need is in the book. We laid everything, the research is there. You're not gonna be like trying to figure things out. It's all laid out there. Fun things that you can do. You have a lot of things in your kitchen that you can be utilized. You don't have to live in Whole Foods to find healthy alternatives.
SupaNova,
You know what I'm saying?
When you say live food, like, what do you mean by live food?
Okay, live foods, foods that are not cooked. So you're pretty much raw. They call it raw, live raw. We finding ways to have unique salads. You don't have to just have iceberg lettuce, a cucumber, and a tomato. You can have some kale, you can have some parsley, you can have some peppers, and so we have really fun recipes in there. We have 5-star chefs that have donated all types of recipes in there. You know what I'm saying? To make it fun and things you can do. And we want you to get back into preparing your own food, and make it that your ritual. Sometimes life is so quick. You got to focus and slow down and get back in preparing your things and save some of that money that you would go out buying everything else. If you want to have a day to take some friends out to food, why don't you prepare a meal for them? Doing that live food or that raw week. Prepare a nice big salad for some friends. Have them come over and let them taste vegetables that they never tasted before. Like, I never tasted like this. It's all about the seasoning. Make sure you have the proper seasoning. The fourth week we get into the pretty much the juice fast. The getting into the liquids, and we have. If you have a juicer, which we invest everybody out there to get a juicer, if it's not a top of the line, just some type of basic juicer that you can get. And the same way you would apply making the raw foods in a very unique way, we want you to have the same experience with juicing. But also, again, the super greens are in tandem with that. So if you can't really get to the juicer, you can't really afford it, you can still mix your fruit juices or your cold pressed juices with the mega greens, like old school, take the orange and juice that in the morning, the grapefruit, cut some pears and apples up, blend it up a little, about 16 ounces of water, little mega greens in there, and move on that. And we have that laid out for you. And the fifth week is pretty much you wrapping up the whole entire cleanse. You can pretty much go back into the live again after the 4 weeks. You can say, I want to do another. I like that live, or I want to go back to the flexitarian. I kind of miss a little bit of that chicken and fish in a day. I'm not gonna have it in the evening. I probably have when my body's more active between the hours of 1 and 4. That's when it's more active to burn. So that's where you have your heavier meals. So you say, I'm gonna add that on there. So it's pretty much you create. It's set up where all the information is there. Yeah. We want to give you the encouragement to create what works for you and find your way. But through the way you're greening, you're getting energy, you're juicing, you're actually taking yourself through a ritual of wellness that you probably pretty much have never done before. But it's going to allow you to feel confident and feel encouraged. We have testimonies there by many celebrities. We got Erykah Badu. Erykah Badu talking about food balancing and the importance of energy food. Tyson Bedford talking about water, importance of drinking water. His industry as a model, that's the number one thing that they talk about is drinking a lot of water, hydrating the body.